Welcome to episode 140 of the Loane Hockey Podcast, where today we're going to be talking about some standouts in last night's matchup between Utah and Toronto. So, first time Utah ever playing in Toronto, and they came close to making a comeback, but they ended up not. And Toronto ended up taking this one 3-2. I felt like for the majority of the game, Toronto's controlling the play, controlling pace and controlling the momentum. It felt like a lot of their top players were going, and a lot of their top players were consistently generating offense, generating shot volume, and all across the board. It was a really good game for Toronto as well. And they've continued to get better throughout the season. It was a slightly rocky start under Craig Berube to start the year, but now they've really found their game and they've hit their stride really well. And so with Utah, we'll start with some standouts there. I thought Logan Cooley had a really good game. I noticed his physicality and his ability to be tenacious and how he's using his physical play in this game a little bit more sometimes. And goal and an assist for 2 points, three shots. And I felt like I noticed him as a playmaker. I noticed him as a puck transporter in the neutral zone. I felt like he's very active at creating offense all across the board. In terms of his playmaking, he's obviously a cerebral playmaker, so that really helps him be able to generate offense efficiently there. And then at the same time, I felt like he was really consistent at being able to be an all around threat in the ozone when it came to driving possession as well. And then Dylan Gunther, who has a lethal wrist shot, I felt like he was using his shot really well. More specifically, his passing in this game was standout quality of his, and he's got that dual threat ability. That's what they signed him for a long term extension with him. But at the same time, with Gunther, his passing was good yesterday. He was finding seams, he's making little plays, making small area plays, and he's got really good skating to be able to pivot from pressure, and be able to find ways of creating space in that regard as well. Michael Kesselring looked really good as a puck transporter, looked really good in transition. I felt like his outlets were good, were crisp, and he was making heads up plays with the puck on his stick and was really able to transport the puck well, move the puck well, and then be able to execute in a lot of different scenarios really well as well. Mikhail Sergachev, I liked his game. He had an assist, and I felt like defensively, his entry denials were good. I felt like he was using his stick well. I felt like his box outs were good. I feel like he was getting goal side positioning in the D zone a lot of times as well. And I felt like his skating was a big asset of his and how he's able to move his feet, maintain his positioning, and be able to stay square to opponents as well. And then on Toronto's side, Mitch Marner, 2 goal game for him. So he had two of three goals and looked really good as a passer, looked really talented as a goal scorer, of course, as well. I feel like with Marner, he really stands out in terms of more of his playmaking qualities, but when he's scoring goals, he's hot and he just consistently scores. And Marner, he did a really good job yesterday being able to score on the net. He's got really good feet to be able to maneuver around the net, really good hands at the same time to do the same, and just was really noticeable all around. And then Nylander brothers. So the first time William was playing with his brother Alex, and William had a really good game, and Alex an okay game, but William was just he's consistent game in game out for the Leafs now. It's like every game it feels like he's getting multiple points. He's just finding ways to create offense, and Nylander's a guy who he's really smooth on his feet. He's got really good skating. He's got really good edge work, really good stride usage. Just guy who's continued to blossom as an elite player, as a dominant player in the league thus far, and has really evolved throughout his career into that. And Nylander looks like a guy who's really playing like an all-star, and he's consistently putting up those numbers on a regular basis. It's just really impressive. And then Fraser Minton, I actually liked this game. He had that first career goal of his the other night against Vegas. I felt like he was really good as a passer. His instincts were noticeable from interior space in the yellow zone. I felt like he was spacing himself out really well and being able to move off the puck to support the puck and also find seams. Chris Tanev, I thought was really good in this game as well. A shutdown defenseman who can play both sides of the puck. He can play a little bit offensively when you need him to, but mostly engaged in transition defense scenarios. He's mostly involved there and in D zone coverage, man to man, being able to shut guys down with his physical play, his positioning, and also stick work. And even though he's a subpar skater, I feel like those elements really allow him to control play defensively. He's a really big play driver in that sense defensively. Makes a really good fit as a top four defenseman because of his ability to defend and how consistent he is at that. And John Tavares looked really good in this game. Physical play, two-way ability, goal scoring, really smart with his instincts and positioning, how he understands how to move off his teammates and how to read space and instinctually find the next sequence. Really effortless from him overall as well.